What's up, my people? Javid Morgan, financial pro and entrepreneur, coming back to you with part 2 of plans for Africans in America to attain economic success. If you didn't get a chance to watch part 1, please go ahead and watch that part before you watch number 2 or part 2, right? Because that's going to be very important in what we're going to be covering in part 2. So in part 1, just a little recap, I talked about becoming financially literate. What does that mean, right? So we have to start understanding taxes, good debt versus bad debt. We have to understand credit, business versus personal, right? These are some of the things that I talked about in part 1. So go ahead and watch that before you dive into part 2. Part 2 of understanding and plan for Blacks in America or Africans in America, we will be talking about spending money in our own community. In part 1, I shared with you guys that Africans in America, we spend $1.2 trillion outside of our community, right? So if we can begin to redirect that into our community, that's over $16 trillion in a 14-year time span. Do you believe and or think that we will become as a people financially independent and economically independent and successful with that in a 14-year time span? Just think on that, right? We spend money, right, in our own community. We have to let the dollar circulate 20 to 25 days before leaving outside of our community. These are some updated numbers that you have to think about, right? So money in our community circulates 6 hours. In Asian communities, it circulates a whole month. In the Jewish community, 20 days. In the Caucasian community, 17 days, right? So we must spend money within our own community and increase that number. This will help create billionaires and multimillionaires literally overnight, right? We have to find reputable Black-owned business. And not only that, we have to do business with those individuals. So we have to find grocery stores, barbershops, hair salons, nail studios, right? Car dealerships. These are things that we need. Financial advisors we need in our community, and we need to spend money inside of our community in order for those individuals to become successful, right? Because as they become successful, they can hire more people, they can open up more businesses, they can support other businesses, they can fund other businesses, right? So this is very important for us as a people to do. We spend money outside of our community so much that as of recently, for instance, many companies, right, because of the awakening of our people, they're starting to pledge money to our community. But the predominant reason why they're doing that is because they understand the power of the Black dollar. They understand the power that we carry with our dollar. And so if we redirect where we're spending money, we literally bankrupt companies overnight, right? So these are why these individuals are pledging $100 million for HBCUs and things of that nature, right? It's because they understand the power of the Black dollar. But when will we start understanding the power of our dollar and spending it within our community, right? Spend it with your Black-owned barber. Spend it with your Black-owned grocery store owner. Spend it with your Black-owned dealership, right? So these are the things that we need to do as a people in order for us to drive success, right? So if we understand financial literacy, right? Now, after we understand financial literacy, we start spending money different, right? We understand how to budget. We understand how to tax, how to file our taxes, right? Understanding business ownership, why that's important for tax purposes. Understanding real estate and things of that nature, right? Financial literacy is very important. And so once you understand that, now you start to spend money in your own community. So this part 2 of plan for Africans in America. Stay tuned for part 3. I'll be diving in a little bit more with some more information. Go ahead, like, share. Bless up.